Welcome back to a episode of random stuff that happens to me. So I'm sitting here at the Harbor Freight parking lot in LA at one of the Harbor Freights because I needed to buy a T-tool because I didn't bring any tools. And I'm going to show you why. So you see my radio, or I'm sorry, not radio, the climate control says 69. Now check this out. Does not change. Seat heaters don't work. Rear defroster does not work. AC off, no working. Recirc doesn't work, neither does that seat heater. Auto doesn't do anything, neither do these buttons. Nothing does anything. The only buttons that work are defrost, and I can turn the fan speed up or down. That's it. And if you notice, you see this line? That wasn't there before. So all of this just happened yesterday, and I noticed it. So from what I've read in the forums, we have a failed unit. This unit needs to be replaced. I have already checked all of the fuses. They're all good. I've used my code scanner. I did bring that. All right, so we're in iCar Soft. We'll go to diagnostics, hit enter. Car's not on. The key is just into the run position, but the car's not running. And we'll go to Porsche. Scan. Trying to keep the glare out of this. All right, we'll go to 997. You can do smart or manual. We'll just go to smart scan. Let it do its thing. I'll speed this up. Okay, so it scanned all that stuff, and you could go through each one of these individually, but we don't. This is not what we need to see. When you go to the next page, and aircon AC, read fault code. No faults found in that one. I think it's in the next one. Gateway. I'm sorry. Read fault code. No faults found. I was in the wrong one. It's in VES. Vehicle electrical system. So we hit enter. Read fault code. There's your fault code. Communication air conditioning regulation control unit. And so that's fault code 1 of 2. Number 2 is communication with the instrument cluster display. I don't know why that one's there. So there's our faults. I can clear the fault. You want to erase, hit F2, okay. Erasing fault codes. All right, it's done. Hit the F back button. So now we'll come over here and you can see still no change. Point is, tomorrow we're going to try to swap that unit out. Is basically we need a new control unit. So how do you get to this if you need that? Well, let me show you. So normally your radio looks something like that, right? Well, on the back side of this, right here by my right foot, is this. And this carpet pile, there's a T27 screw, I believe that is. I'll confirm it right now. All right, so hidden in that carpet pile is a T30. You back this out, the screw is captured. It won't come all the way out. It'll just hang in there because when you press it back in, you don't see the screw. So you gotta use your fingers so you can find it. And then you pop this off. After you pop that off, you use a T, if it'll focus. This is a T20, and there are 4 of these little screws. These are T20s. There's 2 on each side. Those T20, so you pull this off so you can get access to the screws that are holding these 2 things on. And those are T20s. And when you pull those T20s off, you can pop these off. Watch me struggle here to get this thing off. That one comes off. Just put it to the side. This one comes off. This one is lucky you have the glove box here so you can put your hand on this side and pull it off. Yank that out of the way. And then to get this out, you just got to press in right there. So you don't need the tool. You just find it with your fingers, press it, and then you press the other side. And you can do this by hand. It's easier when both hands are free. Keep that out. Go back to the other side. There. And then you can pull this out. And it slides right out. You will have to put your shifter all the way down. So, the safest thing to do is put your key in, put this all the way down here. Keys come off, but the keys obviously is not going to come out. So before you continue to disconnect these two, unplug your battery. And if you look at the back of this, it has 2 more slots. I assume those 2 slots there are for ventilated seats, because if you look at mine, I do not have ventilated seats. I have seen the same unit where instead of auto here, it says AC max. So I'm not sure if that's a programming thing or what, but the ventilated seats would be, I believe that this is over here, and the ventilated seat is right next to the seat heater. So you'd have 2 more buttons on either side. And then these, you just pull off. Be careful. See, this one's already missing a little plastic piece, but you just press here, and you gently pull these cannon plugs off. And this one will not reach over here, so you can't get it wrong, but just pay attention to where they are when you pull them off. So next step for me is we're just going to slap this back in there. And tomorrow we're going to go to LA Dismantlers and go get a new climate control. Fortunately, very fortunate for me, I am in Los Angeles, and there is LA Dismantlers here. They are, I think, the largest U.S. What do you want to call it? Inventory of junk and crashed Porsches. And so they have a lot of parts. And especially being in Southern California, a lot of the parts are good. They're, if, for example, if someone crashed their 911 because they're going too fast, or they got clipped by a drunk driver, or they hit a tree or something, good chances are the interior is perfectly fine. So this unit, they said this is a common failure for this unit, which I'm finding out now. It seems to be a common failure point. So we'll find out tomorrow. I'll get the new unit and I'll plug it in, and if it's good, everything's good. This has been giving me some symptoms that I didn't realize what was going on. Recently, when I do a temperature setting, it wouldn't, like, I'd set it on 72, and it would still just be blowing cold air. And I could go up to 76, 77, and I'd feel the heat. So I know the heater was working. The coolant has been topped off. And all the way down from, I did 1,000 miles from Portland, Oregon, down here to LA, over 1,000 miles. And it worked fine. Yeah, a few times the temperature wasn't quite accurate. Like, I would set it to 70 something and it felt a little too cold, or other times you'd feel heat come into it and have to bump it down. So it was kind of, the temperature was hunting around. So, and it's been doing that for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. Well, probably like the last 2 weeks. So it's been getting kind of symptomatic. And then yesterday I saw the temperature was locked at 69. I went to adjust and it didn't adjust. And then today I noticed that line, that solid line under where the temperature is. That's new. So I checked my scanner and there's nothing really hard failed other than no comm with the climate control unit. So what I read in the forums that replacing the control unit will fix it. We'll find out tomorrow. Stand by.